This episode of the podcast brought to you by Prometheus the movie.
Man, sure. Go watch it again if you can remember what happened the last time.
All I remember is that there's a girl running away from a spaceship that's rolling at her on a vertical axis, and she should just run to the left and she'd be fine.
And she just runs under a shadow.
She keeps running straight the whole time.
Oh no, if I keep running this way, it's definitely going to kill me.
Isn't in the next one, I didn't see the next one, Alien Covenant, because there's a scene where they immediately land on a planet and they get off the ship without helmets, and then someone lights a cigarette, and I'm like, how the hell did you people get to be astronauts? There's a lot of sloppy protocol going on here. Just being a smoker, I can't believe you got on the trip.
Yeah. What did you do for the rest of the journey? How did you maintain your habit?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Well, I assume
smoker's lounge?
Are you in stasis for the entirety of the trip? So you're like, all right, I'm just going to bring one packet with me for when I land on the new planet, because that's going to be discombobulating. Probably going to need a cigarette just to deal with things.
Smart. That's a smart name. That's how you get to be an astronaut.
Planning ahead. Man, I see where you're going. Fair enough.
It all makes sense.
Man, it's been a while.
Man, it's been too long.
Yeah, probably.
Man, I felt like we might have died for a little while.
Man, I didn't think it was dead, but I did think it was tired, and it lifted its head from its bedside, and it saw UFC Liverpool, and it was like, who the fuck's Craig White? And it went back to bed.
Man, fair. That was I didn't watch that. I didn't watch.
Yeah, so you've missed them both, the last two. You've been pretty busy with
everything.
Being a person, being a living man in the world, doing things.
It's horrible. I never signed up for this.
No, I'm trying to still be a child.
I want to see the page with the writing on it, my signature at the bottom.
Agreed. Man, you get born into it. You got to go see your parents and be like, hey, why did you do this to me? Man, I watched one fight on the Liverpool card.
Oh man, I've seen it now.
The Till Thompson fight?
Oh, no, maybe not.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, that's 2 weeks ago's card. So for everyone tuning in, or one of you, who's asked later.
Yeah, why me?
Darren Till, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson goes the distance. So you didn't watch this?
No, man.
Yeah, it's a hard one to watch once you know the result.
I mean, I dug a garden, so I was doing things.
I'm happy for
I kept up. I know what happened. I know it was a boring decision.
It's not.
But
like saying the second Wonderboy Woodley fight was a boring decision, I'm okay with, because that fight literally had one moment of excitement with 10 seconds to go, and that was it. The first 24 and a half minutes were just boring. But this fight was, the crowd kept you in it, the Liverpool crowd was really into it, obviously cheering on everything Till did. Very, very pro-Till crowd, obviously.
Many woos?
Yeah, not in the main event. So I would assume so earlier on, but I can't.
You just got to keep track of it, see where the infection's spreading.
Yeah, but the main event itself, obviously, everyone was way into it. So, and it wasn't too bad. It was interesting to watch them go back and forth, and it was obviously not the most output you'll ever see in a fight.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad live, and the crowd helped. Till knocks him down in the 5th round and shit, so it's a hard one to score, because live I probably scored it for Wonderboy, but I'm never going to watch it again. I'm not interested in watching that fight back, unless Till fights Woodley, and then I might watch it for the purpose of trying to gauge what Till can do differently, maybe, and that would involve watching Woodley versus Thompson again, though, as well, which sounds awful.
Stuck. Division stuck.
Maybe I'll just go in blind. Go punchy kicky. I don't need an analysis for this one. Just this one I don't need analysis for. But yeah, look, it was alright. Till obviously got the unanimous nod. 3 British judges.
He missed weight, didn't he?
He did miss weight by 4 pounds.
Yeah, maybe he could go up and fight KG.
I don't know what they're going to do with him. I think
You can't give him a title shot off that.
no.
What appears to be the consensus.
Man, he said he'll fight Wonderboy again. He's happy to come to America, make weight, and face him again, which I don't think anyone's super keen on.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. Till's in a bit of a weird spot now, where obviously could have been worse if he'd lost, but he's not. It wasn't this stunning victory, and he obviously had the weight miss as well.
Well, yeah, we've got Covington RDA coming up, so
This weekend, yeah. So
That'll help.
theoretically will give us a number one contender. But I don't have much else to report from Liverpool. Neil Magny smashed nobody, as he should have. And then he was like, hey, Kamaru Usman, I might have to beat that ass. And I was like, yeah, I'm weirdly into this. I'm liking this Neil Magny calling out Kamaru Usman shit. I'm down for that. So, I don't know. But again, welterweight's kind of in flux at the moment. Not sure where anyone in the top 10's going. I don't even know if the interim champion is going to fight the champion after this week. That's probably, but
yeah, rankings don't help. So.
no, they're just a thing. It's just a window dressing for It's fun to say the number 3 ranked blah blah guy when Bruce Buffer's talking. It gives him something to say. It's about the extent of its meaning, I think. But yeah, other than that, I don't recall anything astonishingly interesting happening on that Liverpool card.
Well, man, because we missed 224 as well, didn't we? I think it's been that long, hasn't it? We didn't talk about Ricky Pendleton.
Yeah, I think we did.
And how her corner should have stopped it at the end of the 4th, and my bet would have cashed.
Yeah, that's your fault.
Man.
That's not Ricky's fault.
Man, that's the corner's fault.
Man,
But
if we didn't talk about that,
man, I think it's been that long.
I mean, my only opinion on that, if you want to touch on that whole card quickly, because again, okay, who do you think won out of Jacare and KG?
Jacare,
Yeah,
maybe?
man, I'd even be happy with draw.
Yeah, it was
10-8 first round to Jacare, and then 10-9, 10-9 KG. It's like, yeah, I know he gets the knockdown in the second. It's like, dude, Jacare is mauling him in the first round. He has complete control of KG for 4 minutes or something.
It was close.
It was close. I'm not angry at KG getting
Yeah.
on, but I was leaning draw / Jacare.
Man, it's good to see Jacare still look good, sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah.
I don't know where. This isn't after the Witt fight where I'm like, oh, he's done. Although I don't think he can beat Witt.
Yeah.
So I don't see how he's going to win the title unless maybe Romero gets it. I can see him maybe doing something with Romero, but it's tough loss for Jacare.
Romero's not going to get there.
Man, I'm not going out with that kind of arrogance. I hope Witt wins, but I don't know. But yeah, and then the main event. My only thought on that was I am okay with them sending her back out, but they should have thrown in the towel when she got taken down.
Man, I'm too invested on the bet that I had to. So my brain screams no.
But at least we know why you're not caring for Raquel Pennington's.
Man, I feel like I called that perfectly. Yeah, no more than 4 rounds.
A little bit more, just a little bit more.
Anyway, man, it was I don't know.
But yeah, beyond that, it was a battering. I didn't think it was a great advertisement for sloppy.
We don't have to talk about it.
And
I wasn't that into it.
I'm happy to gloss straight over it. Which takes us to this past week, which, again, you did not watch any of this past week.
Not live.
Disappointing, kid. I was at work, and I still managed to sneak in the right fights. Managed to get the correct information to my brain. Which was main evented by Marlon Moraes, Jimmy Rivera, which we just watched a quick recap of before starting. Your thoughts on Jimmy Rivera's concussion?
Severe. It might take a few days before he fully understands what happened. And it might take weeks before any of us really do. Man, I don't know. He's still real good, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was 10 years undefeated, 20 wins in a row.
It's just
30 seconds.
Sometimes you're just going to get smashed. And like Marlon's the guy to do it to you too. Like that's, two in a row now where he's just looked ferocious.
Mm.
He's just like, yeah, man, he's ready. Who's put whoever in front of him, and he seems to just rip them to pieces.
Yeah, look, he's been on fire.
I don't know what fucking magical morning juice that is, where you're just like, man, it's 3 pawpaws and banana, like just some weird, I don't know.
They're big acai eaters in Brazil, aren't they?
See, there you go.
They mash up the berries and stuff, and then there's like a yogurt thing, and
Just like 4 liters for breakfast.
yeah,
Go cut some trees down with your legs.
he's doing something right. 'Cause, yeah,
He looks like he's getting better too. Like, more comfortable. Like.
I mean, it's hard to tell off the Rivera fight because it was just like the first significant thing he threw obliterated Jimmy Rivera. And you were like, oh, fuck. Like, they didn't even like exchange one. Like, Jimmy didn't even get to do anything. So, I'm interested now because he's just blown through an elite guy. We're like, alright, like, now it has to be Garbrandt, Dillashaw, or Cruz.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to see Marlon Moraes fight anyone else. That'd be fucking... Even much as I like John Lineker, like, fuck off with that.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. I want to see Marlon fight a top guy. There's 4 dudes bantamweight potentially has now who are all ridiculous. Although Cruz is in the air. Who knows what Cruz has left in the tank. Oh. Man, impressive. Very impressive, I thought.
Yeah, absolutely. Like he's the guy. He's like just stamped it. Like, yeah, Magic Marlon's here.
Yeah.
What you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
He's just like, man,
World
shit.
Series of Fighting bantamweight champ is here.
Jimmy who? Smack.
Yeah.
Man, 1 kick.
Yeah. There was all that heat between them too coming into it. Just laid him out. First kick he threw.
Yeah, just threw the jab out, like just into no man's land, like just a rangefinder, but not even close.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, man, what's that? Quack.
Probably close enough for one of these. So yeah, very impressed. Then we move on to my guy, my man.
Man, not Triple G.
Not Triple G.
Man, the other Triple G.
Oh,
The fisherman.
just dominance.
Man, he looked very strong.
I said, you watch that fight, and to me, if you know what you're looking at, you're sitting there going, like, Vince Pichel is a good fighter. This is a good guy. He's not having a bad day. He's not injured. Like, this is a man who is trying his best.
He's doing everything right.
And it's not working. None of it's working.
Anywhere.
No.
Nowhere. He gets back to his feet, gets lit up.
Instantly taken down as soon as he tries to respond with a jab.
Just back to the floor.
Yeah.
Have some more.
Constantly getting past too. And he's trying so hard to like regain guard and do the right things or spin to get up. You know, his mount escape, like late in the first round, that's a good mount escape, right?
Oh, yeah.
And just like you see how much he's working for it too. He's putting so much into it. It's like, what's he get? It's like, yeah, he gets up for 15 seconds or something, yeah, and then just down again. And then the squeeze from half guard.
Yeah.
Timothy Armstrong was finished from half guard, right? But Gregor just, like, just the way he's sort of lifts his body up into it, right? Where you can see him just forcing it all down, like, you can't handle this for very long. It only takes him a few seconds before he gives it up. Excellent performance. Give that man somebody in the top 15.
See what happens.
Fuck yeah. Like we're all hot on young upstart Alex Hernandez, right? And like he's beaten a ranked guy. Like, he's 12 in the world or whatever. You're like, don't give Alex Hernandez Gregor Gillespie though, right?
Yeah,
like, nah, man, that kid doesn't need that in his life. Like, you know, my man Dan Hooker. Don't be fucking up Dan Hooker's life by giving him Gregor Gillespie. Just keep some guys away from him.
Save that shit for later.
Yeah, man. I don't know who you put him with next, but they're in for a hard day.
Man, it's. I'm into it. So that's 2 in a row now where he's just looked like monster on the ground, like just monster.
And he's like, how easy does he get takedowns? Like, there's nothing they can really do to stop him getting a takedown. It's not like You know, he'll set it up with striking, but he'll also just pressure you and then just grab your leg.
He seems to have a pretty decent chin too. Like he,
Yeah,
absorbed plenty of strikes.
willing to take a couple. Yeah.
But it's not like any of the strikes were like big hits.
No.
They're all in close from the bottom. This is
Oh,
the
yeah.
only chance you get to punch me.
Yeah. I would take it, and Vince for sure knew that. He was definitely like taking every chance he got.
Man, he gave plenty of good ones in there. It's like, man, what can you do off your back? It's like, man, pretty hard to knock a guy out when you're only using your shoulder.
Yeah. And again, that guy is
He's trying it.
like swarming you too. He's not just holding you there, catching his breath. He's constantly, man, get your legs out of the way so I can be here. And jam my forearm in your face. Like Gregor's always working for positional improvement.
What's this leg doing? Whoops. Oh, no, over here. What? Oh, your arm? Oh, now you're in mount. It's like,
Goes for
what?
that weird upside down choke at the end of the first
Reverse
round.
dart or
I
something.
don't even know.
I think I can squeeze you if I do this.
I didn't have commentary on both times I watched it, so I'm sure maybe one of the commentators was like, it's this move, but I don't know. I just have to go off my
New
vision.
Goldberg. It's a reverse upside down choke.
You got my text about New Goldberg,
Yeah, man.
right? That was in the Till Thompson fight, and that I swear to you, I was like, he's new. It's just him.
It's Goldberg's clone.
They have replaced Mike Goldberg with a slightly updated version. My two favourite things he's done in like recency that have proved it is when reading the tail of the tape, he said everything else is nearly identical, not virtually identical, nearly identical. And you're like, okay. I mean, he's basically just stolen the man's catchphrase and tweaked it slightly. And then, yeah, the Till fight. Darren Till, the outstanding professional record, 16 wins, 0 defeats, 1 loss.
How does that happen?
That doesn't make a ton of sense.
What fight was that? Where he didn't lose, but he
was
suffered,
defeated.
But he was defeated.
Or he wasn't defeated, but he lost, or...
Did he? Was it a draw?
It was a draw. Yeah, he has 16 wins and a draw.
We have a word for that.
Yeah,
Just call it a draw,
it's
man.
just upsetting, right? Like, I was trying to explain to my brother how that Verdun Kane fight. I really like that fight, but it's ruined. Like, I cannot watch it without getting upset.
Huge uppercut.
Yeah, he calls this a clear knee, very open camera, right on it. Here is a leg raising into the face, connecting on the bendy bit.
Huge uppercut.
Yeah, massive uppercut. Again, like elbow would have been closer because at least that's the corresponding joint. But it's like.
And he's just like, he thinks that's the way you get hit. Like if you get hit down to up, it's an uppercut. He's got a really rudimentary understanding of fighting. Man, he's deserving of your pity.
Oh. You do an axe kick, and he's like, oh, it's a hammer fist. Big time hammer fist.
Hammer fisting with his foot.
Oh.
Hammer foot?
No, he wouldn't be that clever. And if anything, it'd be foot hammer fist. That'd be about as good as he'd get.
His left foot's forward in the right hand.
Oh, yeah.
Orthodox.
Oh.
Man, what?
He's got his left foot forward in a non-traditional orthodoxy. Like, do you mean southpaw? Oh.
It's hard to know.
Oh, yeah, but I'm not a big fan of this guy, Brendan, whatever his name is. Give me Anik, obviously Gooden. Why are we not giving Gooden more shows? He couldn't do Liverpool because I think he's having a kid. That's why not Goldberg was on that card.
Man, maybe new Goldberg needs more practice, and in time he will be a better Goldberg.
Oh, do you want that? Is that what you really want, an upgrade?
It's better than this. It's better than the birthing pain.
John Gooden all the work. Why can't we do this? He's enthusiastic. He knows what he's looking at. He never says ridiculous. Like, everyone stumbles every now and then. You know what one of my favourite stumbles is? When Robert Whittaker beat Derek Brunson and Gooden and Hardy are on the call. There's a point in all the fracas where Dan Hardy calls him Forrest Whittaker. the black actor.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, he doesn't even get corrected on it. It's all going too fast. But yeah, he's like, blah, 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 by Forrest Whitaker. And you're just like, that's definitely not Forrest Whitaker in there, Dan Hardy. And it's fine. Everyone slips. But when it's, you literally call a knee an uppercut 4 times in the space of 30 seconds while watching a replay of it happening, you gotta go.
Yeah, that's an uppercut, but with the knee.
And I feel like New Goldberg is in this world where it's just all catchphrase. It all sounds like someone's just rammed a cassette tape up his asshole.
It does sound like in practice for him getting this dream job and him like working out his vision board. Like he would listen to tapes of Goldberg and just say the shit and like just try and be Goldberg.
But like,
just get in the zone.
Oh man, you're probably so right. I bet you he did. Oh,
yeah, that's how the world works, my friend.
He's probably like sounds normal, like he's from New York initially. He's like, get out of here.
I'm from New Jersey.
I don't know how Americans sound. Yeah, this is what it feels like to us when you people do our accent, by the way.
Except you do it worse, somehow.
No, I don't know. I think like...
Number one, we don't call them shrimp, they call prawns.
I don't understand, man. I've never... Was it like a marketing campaign in like the late 80s that Paul Hogan was in or something?
Yes.
Some sort of tourism...
Short answer is yes.
Tourism Australia type dealio?
It's just, I think we can throw that shirt out, right?
I don't know. It's weird that it's hung on for this long as a...
icon.
Yeah, like a thing that people say about Australia. It's very odd. Do we have that? Do we have sort of 25-year-old idea like come to America and get shot in the head? That seems current still.
Yeah, but don't go to school. Everyone has a gun. It's like, no, I'm just gonna stay with the snakes and the spiders, man.
Yeah, it's fine. I feel like if you grow up with it from a child, you know which ones to step on and which ones to walk around. Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, I got a rule with snakes.
Or kill all of them.
Man, if it's brown, like, don't fuck with it. If it's not brown, like, don't fuck with it.
Man, it's genuinely my take on it, unless it's like, is the option no, because it's illegal. I've never ever heard a snake and I never would. End of recording on live air.
Even if it came out in front of my car and I was driving, I would swerve into the tree.
Yeah, into people. I'd swerve into people to avoid it because it's illegal to hurt a snake. I never have and I never will. But generally I'm afraid of them, so it's fine.
It's a very deeply encoded fear. The fear of snakes.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Oh yeah, because we used to live in trees, snakes, so there's what fuck you up in trees.
That's a good point. Yeah, I never thought of that.
Man, it's just evolutionary biology.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it, it's just a theory.
And I like it. Big fan of that. It's the same as the stoned ape theory. They're both as true as one another. Evolution.
Man, I just like them as thought experiments.
Man,
doesn't really matter if they're true, does it?
I mean, the only thought experiment that I'd sort of get into if I'm like, my ancestors were a monkey, is like, they would be disappointed with how weak my shoulders are.
Oh, yeah.
Just swinging through trees and shit, hanging on. They'd just
be
looking
just
at us
jealous. Like, how do you even walk like that?
Well, yeah. Yes, there's
my
that.
legs are so short.
Yeah. Guess we do have that on them. But I don't know. I've seen those videos where chimpanzees like bite the fingers off humans and shit like that. They like go for your eyes, your fingers, and your genitals first. And you're just like, yeah, these things know what we are. They know we're the same thing.
You know, they start like sewing thumbs to their own hands.
Uh-oh, chimpanzees evolving. Press B on your Uzi to stop evolution.
Quick, push the red button down. That's why we built this thing.
Man, not Triple G won. That's what we were talking about. He looked good, and then he was all like, I'm going fishing.
Yeah, hope he catches something good.
And I think he will. Seems to be like a pretty experienced fisherman, so should be fine. The only other thing that happened of note, Ben Saunders defeats Jake Ellenberger.
Oh, Killer Bee.
By knees to the body TKO early in the first round.
Yeah, everyone got this fight wrong. Well, I did.
I don't think I probably would have picked Ellenberger because it's one of those things where you're like, look, both these guys are on the backslide now, but it's, at their primes, Ellenberger was the better guy. Ellenberger was the guy people thought might fight for a title at one point. And yeah, he just looks done. There's nothing left there. But yeah, strong performance by Ben Saunders, good tie clinch. Worked him around with those knees to the body, finally drove one into the right spot, put him down. A few punches, done.
And there's money to be made there. You saw that one coming.
Probably was. But yeah, real nice.
Yeah, I might watch that one.
Yeah. Don't think too much. It's a quick one, so you get through it easy enough.
Yeah, I mean, I'll eventually go back and watch a bunch of these fights, even the ones I don't want to watch. But
look, I'm sure you might for research purposes here and there, but I don't think you'll be alright. I've got a free afternoon.
I don't feel like
Let's watch Till Thompson.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't missed a thing.
No, well, look, we sat down again before this and we watched Gregor and we watched Marlon. And that, man, to see that live was something. To see Marlon just wasting. Because that fight started and I, like everyone else, I think, was like, alright, these are the two best guys outside that top three. I've been waiting for this fight for a long time. Let's see what happens. Oh my god!
Redo?
Maybe in 8 months when Jimmy Rivera's head
heals. Give him 8 minutes. We're going to give you 8 minutes to sit down. if you reckon you can go, we'll go again.
You win, and we have a third go.
Yeah, 3 strikes and you're out.
No, I'm thinking best of 3. Don't want him getting KO'd 3 times in one night. So that was worth seeing live. And obviously, yeah, Gregor was real solid. Till Thompson was cool. Darren Till's walkout was pretty interesting. Did you see that?
No.
He walks out to Sweet Caroline, which the entire crowd basically sings. Which is, yeah.
So they like that song?
I think it's a Liverpool thing, maybe. I think it might be a thing in Liverpool.
Okay. It's nice that they're keeping the old traditions alive in Liverpool.
Yeah.
That song's a little bit older.
I don't know, look, I'm not a big, they sing that song at Boston Red Sox games as well, in the States. And you recall, in the times that I watched baseball, I was a bit of a Boston Red Sox guy. I'm not into the singing of Sweet Caroline at sporting events. That being said, as a one-off occasion, Darren Till did it as well as you could do it. And it was fun.
Congratulations then.
Yeah, look, cheer the crowd up. They're coming off Liverpool losing the...
Well, man, they're the ones putting the money up for it, so...
There's that.
Give them a bit of that, sure.
Yeah.
A bit of spectacle's fine.
But yeah, they were coming off losing the Champions League final the previous day as well. Liverpool to Real Madrid. So the city was
bummed.
A little bit struggling.
So you're saying that if Liverpool had won in the football, then Darren Till could have comfortably lost?
Oh yeah. They would have happily traded Darren Till's consciousness for that football trophy. They love them some football trophies in England.
Yeah, interesting.
Mm-hmm. What's interesting about it is, I don't know if you caught that game, the Real Madrid-Liverpool game.
I don't watch football.
Okay, real quick. This ties in somehow, you'll see. So Real Madrid win 3-1. The 3 goals Real Madrid score, 2 of them are horrendous errors by the Liverpool goalkeeper. He has the worst fucking day of his life. It's astonishing. And the second goal that they score, Real Madrid, is a stunning goal. It's a bicycle kick by Gareth Bale. Full leap in the air, fucking kick, and it goes in the top corner. Nothing you can do about that one.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
But the first goal, the goalkeeper throws it out right into an attacker's foot, and it just rolls into the net. And that's a goal. And then the second one, it's straight at him, and he just limp wrists it, and it just goes through his hand and into the net. And everyone's like, oh, he's getting death threats and all this crazy shit. And then it comes out yesterday or the day before that right before the first goal, he was involved in a collision and was concussed. But stayed on the field, and now they're like, yeah, man, he probably didn't really know what was going on when he was out on that field. and just wasn't, responsible in terms of like couldn't operate his body properly.
Yeah.
Spatial awareness is probably affected when he's throwing the ball out for the first goal. It's like, man, concussion strikes again. we need concussion tests in soccer now. Stop the game every 3 seconds.
Oh no.
Man, could be a bit of it. Certainly, it's one of those things where I bet you he wishes he'd come off.
Oh yeah.
Like, man, that would have been a better choice. But again, you probably just think, like, you shake your head and, I'm alright. The wrong screws get rattled.
Man, that's harsh.
Very harsh. Especially when you're getting death threats for a football game.
Just the norm, man. Just the norm over there.
Well, look, at least in England, they're only threats. Like in Colombia, they'll fucking do it. There's some countries that... I think it was Colombia, yeah, and it was like the 1994 Soccer World Cup, and one of the Colombian players scored an own goal.
Yeah.
And Colombia got knocked out. And yeah, he didn't live very long. I think he lived maybe 3 more weeks or something. And that was it. Committed suicide by shooting himself in the head 18 times.
In the back?
Yeah, the back of the head.
With his left hand, he was right-handed.
With different guns.
Body all covered in poison.
Just a note saying suicide.
Deaths.
So yeah, they take that football stuff seriously. But yeah, man, get a whack on the noggin, have a sit down. That's the rule in basically all sports, I think, now.
Man, fair enough.
Guess.
I mean, it makes sense if you're the goalie or one of the main attacking players.
I don't know. Look, there's a whole other argument about how I think all sports are getting too soft. Like, except for hockey. Ice hockey is still a man's sport. There's a great gif today of it's like a soccer player and he's standing on the field and somebody kicks the ball towards him and it hits him in the knee and he grabs his face and falls down. And then the gif rolls into an ice hockey player standing on the bench and the puck flies and smacks him in the face and he barely budges. He just sort of like moves, obviously, and then just slowly moves back, reaches in, I think pulls a tooth out, but just calmly puts it down and just keeps watching the game. Like barely any response to just a flying puck hit me in the face. Do you know how hard they are?
Oh yeah.
And this ball in the leg, my face, my face.
Oh, the pain shot right up into my ear.
Yeah.
Oh, my ear.
Oh, my equilibrium is affected.
Oh, I have to fall.
I've got vertigo.
Is that a penalty? Do I get a penalty for that? I got hit by the ball.
Man, it's one of the more difficult things I have to go through being a football fan, supporting my terrible team. But
I mean, you across the bear.
Mate, it is. Go the Arsenal. Man, that's about what I've got in terms of what we missed, because I'm skipping over a lot.
Yeah, man, keep skipping.
Man, there were some really bad women's flyweight fights.
Yes.
Like 2 versus 3, and it was atrocious type stuff. I mean, that's as most, because I'm trying not to be too negative. So that's all I'll say. Fucking ridiculous.
It's great.
It's great. It's so great. Whatever his name is, Torres, versus whatever his name is, Brooks. Jared Brooks. I know your name, Jared, because you fucked up, mate.
The monkey god?
The monkey god. Yep. I think that was his nickname anyway.
Yeah, winning the fight.
No, he lost. Torres won. The monkey god is the man who made a terrible decision to dive on his own head.
With a man attached to his hip?
Yes. Whose leg very fortunately swirled over his face right at the point of impact. So he got that weight coming down on him too.
It's the full whack on the head.
For those who haven't seen it, he's winning this fight, by all accounts, Jared Brooks. He shoots in for a double against the fence. He gets him up over his shoulder. Very workman-like, lumberjack-esque over the old shoulder throw. Torres tries to sort of spin off the cage, ends up getting his hips over the shoulder enough where he's almost he's trying to climb down him.
Yeah.
And then Brooks makes a choice that is just baffling.
It's pretty hilarious.
He takes a running, 2 or 3 steps forward and then jumps and onto his own head. Just on his own back. Just run and then
Yeah, so...
like a back flop into a swimming pool or
something. To do it without the weight, what it would look like is running forward and then just trying to smash your head into the ground behind you as quickly as you could.
Yeah.
And with a big weight on that, it's more of an arching motion.
Yeah, it was like he landed on a banana peel, right? He comically slipped up in, because remember, his legs go fully locked out straight.
His legs are straight and pointed up while he's in the air.
Yeah, and you're like, oh no, that's not a good spot.
So, yeah, anything that can hit the ground is lower than his legs.
He lands on his head, knocks himself out. Jose Torres?
I don't know, man.
I think it was Jose Torres. He quickly, throws a few unnecessary punches just to be like, yeah, I did this. And then they
he showed enough presence of mind
to
know, the smartest thing he could do in that position was to try get vertical and lock the guy's hips, so that if he did, obviously then the threat is the pile driver there, but he's doing something.
Yeah. He tucked his head well when he jumped.
And then as soon as the impact happened, he scrambles and starts attacking, gets the finish. I was like, he knew he was in a fight.
The finish it's done.
Yeah, there's no need for it.
Yeah,
but he didn't know that.
Sure. Bonus points this week go to the Monkey God for his post-fight tweet. You're so lucky I knocked myself out. And almost is calling Torres a kind of a bitch. Well, I can't remember exactly the full tweet, but the tone of it was very... And again, I
had you in there, but
yeah,
I don't
want to assign tone to a tweet necessarily either, but it felt very you fucking got lucky, punk. You're dude, do you even know what day it is yet? Shut up. It's fine, I'm fine. You kind of knocked yourself out like a fuckhead. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he made a decision and he committed to it, and he bore the full brunt of it.
You're goddamn right he did. But hilarious.
If there was if I had a wall of GIFs, you could do a Pinterest of MMA GIFs, I still wouldn't do it, but
yeah.
I can make one in my head really quickly. Yeah. Just imagine it.
You're adding that one to it. Yeah. Look, man, there's been some famous ones. Vitor Belfort getting front kicked both times. But yeah, just hilarious all round. Entertaining. I felt way to just kick the show off. Would have been a letdown that there was 9 pointless fights after that for the viewing audience, but what are you going to do?
What did I watched the start of something. I watched the first 4 fights of one of the cards, and there was 2 semi-interesting fights in a row, and I was just that's not getting better than this, and I stopped watching.
Would have had to have been Brazil, I would think, because Liverpool was on at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And
that's why
last week wasn't Utica.
No. What was before that? Chile?
Maybe Chile. Or was Brazil? Was Brazil then Chile or?
Yeah, I think so. We
talked about Usman Maia, didn't we?
Yes.
Now it was bad.
Still bad. In hindsight, still bad.
Yeah, still not the funnest thing to watch. Can we stop giving Demian Maia wrestlers? It's not cool. Let's give Demian Maia a striker. So either he gets KO'd or he fucking strangles somebody and we're all happy. Instead it's let's give him a guy who can't really knock him out but can't be taken down. So we get 15 minutes of Demian Maia trying to take somebody down. I'm not into that. God forbid it's a main event, then it's 25 minutes of Demian Maia trying to take somebody down. And those last 10 get real sloppy.
Come here.
Just come into my guard, come on. All that going on, you know. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm happy to look ahead to this week if you're happy.
Man, this is the best time of the year to be looking ahead. This makes me happy. I'm actually gone from like this deep dark well of like UFC, I don't know, to like oh man, what are we looking at? Like,
well, yes. Before we get into that, by the way, Rico Verhoeven won on the weekend.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he dominated some fucking fool.
Yeah, Rico ain't losing anytime soon.
No, I think Haruka Gorian retained the welterweight title as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's legit.
I didn't see it.
Man, I love that division.
I do like that division. I like both. Lightweight and welterweight in Glory are just great. Even if you're like, I don't know who these guys are. It's like, yeah, it'd be fine.
Yeah, they're all awesome.
Oh, Yi Long got fucking head kicked again.
Oh, yes.
He fought some Thai guy. Dude, this one was like...
savage.
Man, I think Sitachai is worse, but this one feels worse because you can hear Yi Long's wife screaming at ringside. And you're like... maybe you don't want to do this anymore, Yi Long. It feels like you're not... like... we're living in this world of where if he can get to the end of the fight, they're going to give him a decision. But he can't get to the end of the fights anymore, so maybe stop getting in there with Thai fighters who are going to fuck you up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But yeah, I saw it. He gets, again, it's just like shin to the neck and just down. No good. But, man, if you're going to get in there, keep telling people you're the great, Shaolin master. Like, I'm going to keep smiling every time I see a Thai fighter take your head off.
Yeah, what game are you playing, son?
He's starting to look like an old man getting worked, though. Like, there's parts of it in the Sitachai fight, right, where you're like, oh, no. Sitachai is just assaulting this old man. Somebody save him. Nobody does.
Just watches him like horror. It's like, is it going to end? Please let it end.
Man, even the way it starts, because you knock Sitachai down with that momentary push kick.
Yeah.
And then as he chases him, Sitachai head kicks him when he's running at him. And it's already like, I'm going to make you pay for even momentarily making me look bad. Oh, yeah, Yi Long should hang it up. They got to get a new Shaolin monk. They haven't trained anyone.
Yeah, didn't they have like a mountain full of kids or something?
The guy said it had to be one that they've trained. His is just his chin, though. He made it so far on that chin. You can see that dude's made of iron. Like, even Sitachai has to hit him with some bats. And he's like, I'm okay. And then he hits him with the last one. And he's like, I'm not okay.
Too small for this ride. I'm going to get off.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to bomb.
So, yeah, I did see that. There was a few little cool combat sportsy things that did happen. Before we get to the UFC coming up, Tyson Fury's coming back this weekend, making his return. The Gypsy King. Tyson Fury is a...
boxing's getting fun?
Yes. It is getting super fun. Like, heavyweight is fun. Lomachenko is probably the funnest thing in combat sports at the moment. And then you've got, this Crawford versus Horn is this weekend, which should be the end of Jeff Horn's little...
It's the same day as the UFC.
Yeah. I can...
silly.
Man, I can watch a gif of Bud Crawford knocking Jeff Horn out. It's fine.
Man, I just wonder how many bars and pubs there'll be that have
you'd be
both
mad.
events on.
Man, you'd be mad.
And you're just like,
It should just be UFC. It should just all be... In Australia, I don't know, but I don't think Horn has the popularity Whittaker has. I could be wrong.
Yeah, but in Brisbane.
Maybe, I suppose he's from Brisbane, yeah. It's a good point.
So,
but that'll be fun. And yeah, Tyson Fury, if he can win his comeback fight and look good, then you got another guy up in the mix with Joshua and Deontay Wilder at heavyweight. So,
yeah.
Man, it's looking good. On to the good stuff.
Yeah, onto what we've been waiting all year for. What are we? June. We got to June, and it's like, man, this is the one. UFC 225, which is what? we've been wanting to talk about for a little while
In like 3 months.
because it's finally here.
Something like that. Look, barring the MMA injury gods fucking us in the next few days, it's here. This is very good on paper.
Man, what do you reckon, top to bottom?
Yeah, I'm happy with top to bottom.
Alright. So, obviously we want Whittaker to win.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone knows this, but we're from Australia.
Yeah.
And even if we weren't, I kind of like Bobby Knuckles.
Man.
Kind of a Bobby Knuckles guy.
You call him the Reaper. You give the man respect.
Man, I call him whatever he wants to be called.
Man, when he doesn't have that belt, Bobby Knuckles.
Man, I think even he's coming round to Bobby Knuckles. So
Man, he just knows you can't control it.
yeah.
You got no chance, buddy.
Man, Mr. Whittaker, I'm happy with all versions.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But man, it's not going to be easy.
No, not at all. Like,
Man, the soldier of dog is here.
man, he's the real deal.
Man, he's certainly like his only loss in the UFC is Whittaker.
Yeah.
Fucking wiped out Rockhold in January.
Yeah.
That uppercut. And I feel like Luke Rockhold's still suffering effects from that uppercut. That very unnecessary on the floor uppercut. But yeah, man, it's a great fight. I don't think it's probably going to get the attention it deserves because it happened so recently, and neither one of them are big talkers or massively sort of pay-per-view draws.
Yeah, and it like was a
Massive
5-round
pay-per-view draw.
decision as well, which can seem boring, but it
But
was,
wasn't. It was
yeah.
great. It was totally great. Yeah, so yeah, but man, I'm into it. I'm very much into it. I'm interested to see what adjustments Whittaker will make. I don't know that Romero will make adjustments as such. I think it will just be, can he catch him with his weird explosive madness?
Yeah, I think that's about it. I think we're going to get a finish this time.
Man, I could see it. It's weird, the last fight also had Whittaker blowing his leg out, like right at the start of the fight, so who knows? Something weird happens again. It could change the flow of things.
Yeah, I just think that like either. So, I expect Yoel to be about the same, and I expect Witt to be a little bit better. So what I would expect is that.
You gotta remember, Witt's coming off an injury break as well, though. Hasn't fought.
Yeah, but he's young.
True.
That counts for so much in this sport.
True.
He's not getting any younger. So, man, he needs it all to come together now. That's for sure.
Definitely. Man, it's like I said, it's a good fight because
Yeah.
I think Romero can win it.
I think they both can win. Yeah, I
definitely think Whittaker can win it. But
yeah, I don't strike Romero out at all. Like he's definitely he can beat anyone on his day. He can beat most people on their day. Like he's really good.
Yeah. But I'm leaning like 55-45 Whittaker. That's kind of how I feel it is, but I do think it's that close.
You think it's that close?
Yeah.
Man, I feel
he didn't look. Romero did not look like he missed a beat against Rockhold. He wiped Rockhold completely off the map.
Yeah, we'll see. Like Rockhold ain't Whittaker.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like it wasn't like he looked like a man who those 5 rounds took something from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could have been like, man, he's 40. That was a hard fight. Like, is he going to look any different? But nope. Still looks like an explosive psychopath who can take your head off in a split second. And yeah, I think he knows this is his last chance.
Yeah. So what happens if you can't take Whittaker's head off in the first 2 rounds?
Oh, sure. But he's won fights in the 3rd round before. He's getting better at managing his gas tank, I think.
And I think he's always been good at it.
Yeah, but he definitely slows down. But
Yeah.
he manages like these explosive moments that he'll have in the round, where he'll try and unload with a bunch of shit and then like not do anything for a minute if he can.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is probably his last shot, and that's got to be dwelling on his mind. I think, like I've got to make this happen. We'll talk about not getting any younger. 40, 41 or something.
Yeah,
If you lose to this guy twice, How easy is it going to be to get a third shot at him?
I mean, this is the guy he wants to beat too,
Oh yeah,
and it's for the belt now.
yeah, the real thing.
Like if he were to beat Whitaker, like no one could say he didn't beat the champ. He didn't beat the best.
Oh yeah, no.
He didn't beat GSP. You know, he didn't beat.
No. GSP don't want none of Bobby Knuckles. You don't want, and he certainly don't want none of Yoel Romero. He's like, yes, no, I'll be going down to lightweight. I'm going down 2 divisions to get away from Yoel Romero. Which is fair. I don't blame him at all for that. But yeah, I'm going with Whitaker. I assume that is what your pick is as well. I can also see it on the screen in front of me.
Man, I've got decision pick. Here I am, like talking the finish. But
I think he's going to stop him.
Man, it could be a decision. I just don't see it this time. I think either Yoel's going to catch him and probably early, or I think Whit's going to take over so much that Yoel don't want none of it no more. And the fight comes to an end.
I got a sneaky feeling Whit's going to get him early.
Just clang him.
I just think Yoel might just be a little aggressive and just not learn the Derek Brunson lesson. It's like, man, this kid, he can put you down, man. And if, it doesn't take him long to find where you are. It took him a little longer with Yoel, but again, he fucked his leg up, and Yoel was a bit crazy. But he's got 5 rounds of Yoel in his locker now, and if his leg's good, it's like, man, that kid doesn't take long. He's not, he's patient, but he's not fucking around either.
Yeah. He's looking for the opportunity, but he ain't wasting it.
But this is what's great about it too. It has that feeling, right? Like, in the first round, you feel like both guys can end it.
Yeah.
And in the 4th round, you feel like both guys can end it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be on a knife edge every second, which that's what you want for a fucking main event and a world title fight. So I'm into it.
Yeah, and it's almost guaranteed to go longer than the Marlon Moraes fight.
Probably, yes.
Like you'll get to see some kind of contest.
One would assume so, but even then, Yoel could be crazy.
Yeah. Just jump out flying knee, just clips him. That's it. 3 seconds.
Yep.
New record. Blah blah blah. New champion.
Yep. I love you.
Like just like kisses the unconscious body. Just like hashtag me too.
Again, and Yoel Romero's out there molesting men in this cage.
He's a funny guy.
Alright, I haven't made my predictions yet, so I'm just going to write down what I kind of think as we go here and see what I end up betting on when we get the markets up closer to the event.
Yeah, so we got RDA Covington, which is, man, I'm getting more into it as it comes along.
Again, I'm super into the fight. It's such a pointless belt on the line.
In my mind, there's no belt.
Yeah, this is one of the most valueless interim titles of all time.
This is just like, is Colby Covington like elite?
Yeah.
If he beats RDA, he's elite. He gets that badge now.
Yeah. It's a number 1 contenders fight in theory, where RDA was saying, look, even though he is going to be ready in like 6 weeks, and we could have just made you fight him, we're not doing that. So we're going to make you have one more fight after beating Robbie Lawler, because that technically earned you a title shot, but whatever, we're going to make you have one more fight. And Colby Covington, they're saying, hey, all right, you beat Damian Maia, now you got to beat this guy. You beat this guy, you get a title shot. And that's what it feels to me like. Dos Anjos is defending his title shot, which they still might steal from him and give to Till or someone. But Covington is fighting for a title shot.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm like, yeah, Dos Anjos has already earned it. He is the number 1 contender.
Yeah.
And
which is why I think RDA is going to smash Colby.
It's interesting. Colby has really not had a ton of issues in the UFC. There might be decisions and they, might not be the most fun-filled things to watch. It's kind of like a budget Chael Sonnen a little bit.
Yeah.
Even though he's better in areas than Chael was in his prime. He's obviously better than Chael is now. he could win it, man. He's got good pressure. He's aggressive.
And he's fighting RDA. Like, RDA has so much experience.
I think RDA is going to win, but
Any more seasoning?
Colby should be much bigger, I would think. He's naturally going to be the bigger man.
I don't think Colby brings anything new to RDA that he hasn't faced before.
Well, it's not that he hasn't faced before, but like, when was the last time RDA went up against a guy whose plan was to put him on his back and rough him up for the entire fight? It's been a while since he's fought someone like that, and that's a strategy that can beat you if that guy's resilient enough and he's got a good enough wrestling game and he's got all the checks in the right boxes. That can just wear you out. I'm interested to see how much bigger he looks. I want to see them when they square up, because that will determine a lot of what I think will happen in the fight. If it stays on the feet, I think RDA will kill him. He's this guy outstruck Pettis. So I feel on the feet, RDA has a significant advantage. But if he gets taken down, and if Covington is significantly larger, I can see him draining him. Khabib was the last man who tried to take RDA down and swarm him, and he was able to do it. So it's a strategy that's worked on him too. I'm not saying Colby's Khabib, obviously. That being said, man is fighting for the world title, so sort of.
I don't think it's going to be too easy to take him down. Like, I don't think he's going to have enough ground time to grind out a decision on him.
Well, it would have to be constant. Yeah, he's going to have like a Chael Sonnen-like approach, I would think. Constant takedowns and top control. And like I said, if he's got the size,
he can't get those takedowns, and he's getting lit up on the feet.
Sure.
Even if he does get the takedown like Lay, it's just like, yeah, but are you going to finish? Can you finish?
It just depends. How much? Again, what's the size disparity going to be?
Yeah, but everyone was saying that about the Zach Cummings fight. Who fight? Tractor?
Who'd he fight? Oh, Pracheras.
Yeah. And it was just like, yeah, but, Pracheras is better.
Yeah, but we're talking about a different level here. Like, Colby Covington's a Div 1 All-American wrestler. Zach Cummings is not.
True that. True that.
Pac-10 champion, like this, he's a good wrestler. He's not, okay. He's high level. Jorge Masvidal in his corner, because they're weird BFFs. It's so strange,
that's
right?
Scary.
It's one of the strangest friendships in MMA.
Pretty cool. Man,
All that being said, I'm going with Des Anjos.
I'm more interested now because I want to hate Colby. Like, he's the Floyd Mayweather of UFC at the moment. Everyone just wants to see him get his face smashed in. So maybe that's what driving me to pick KO.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know how RDA is going to get it if he does, but I think he probably will win.
I think he's just too good everywhere.
Man.
To have like a one-dimensional fighter beat him.
Off his back, no. But yeah, I think he's going to be good enough. But I'm interested. I think it's a good fight. Megan Anderson versus Holly Holm.
Strangely, like this, if you're going to make me watch chick fights, I'm into this. But not really.
Listen here, you misogynist. They're called women's fights.
Oh, it's a word. You know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean when I say it. I'm not trying to be derogatory.
Look, I think this Megan Anderson chick might have something.
Man, I hope she does. Nothing would make me happier if Megan finished Holly. Just like, yeah, that's awesome. We Australian contender for Cyborg.
Uh-oh. But I see you going with Holly, though.
Man, she's a lab rat. She's bred for this. She went the distance with Cyborg. It's like, she doesn't... What can she do to prove to me that she's tough? It's like, yeah, she's done that.
True.
And it's like, how much have you seen of Megan Anderson? It's like, oh yeah, I've watched a bit of a podcast.
Oh, there's a tangent side note. Did you see the bare knuckle fights on the weekend?
No.
Oh, there's this new promotion called Bare Knuckle FC, which is mental. Beck Rawlings fought in it.
Oh,
Dude,
good.
she knocked a bitch out.
Nice.
Man, this is as good as I've ever seen her look. God help me, I was almost like, where's this been? Look at these hands, Beck Rawlings. Although she was kind of cheating because you're not allowed to clinch. And she was clinching. She was like one hand clinching the back of the head and just like smacking her up, which is not in the rules. But I'm like, it should be in the rules. Fuck it. It's
bare
fine.
knuckle fight.
Yeah. This is what it's about. But yeah, Joey Beltran fought this guy called Tony Lopez. It was like watching two guys just throw hands on the street for fucking 10 minutes or however the hell long it went. But in a good way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just both of them just bloodied and battered. Tony Lopez has a fight scheduled for Saturday, which I'm like, surely he's not going to be okay for that fight. But this is how some guys play the game. Anyway, I'll show you after. Megan Anderson, Holly Holm. You're going Holly.
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
I also have not seen a ton of Megan Anderson. I have seen a couple. Holly is just so inactive in certain fights that I'm...
Yeah, she's...
Like, I remember
She
it
just
taking
not
her...
show up.
Yeah, it took her 11 minutes to kick Betchka Hare in the head. She's like, you should have just done that in the first minute. If you had opened with that head kick, it would have worked.
You need a Magic Marlin in the corner.
Yeah.
Just jab, head kick.
Just open with it, man. She's got nothing. So I am leaning to the new blood. You know, Holly has had some rough goes of it lately. She's coming off being touched up by
I've been
Cyborg.
wanting to fade Holly Holm for so long, and she's like, she just won't die.
I'm gonna go the
She's
patriotic.
like a lump that just won't go away.
Well, come on. You were all about Holly Holm back at UFC. Ronda is now unconscious.
Finally. There's my proof. Sort of. How many title defenses did it take?
6 or something.
Just like, ugh.
Alright, let's get Nunes out here and make sure of it.
Yeah. This division's real strong. We've got a champ who can armbar people.
At will.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say Megan. I'm going to say she can outwork Holly Holm. Just put more numbers up. Have more hustle.
She's a specimen. Like,
Yeah.
she. I don't want to get punched by Megan Anderson.
No, me neither.
No fucking way.
Mm-mm.
She's big.
Yep.
She'll hurt me.
Yeah. So, go Megan.
She's no slouch.
Agreed.
No.
And on to another one for the motherland.
Now we go to the actual slouch of Tai Tuivasa. This guy don't even work out.
Tai Tuivasa, have you seen that video clip of like one of those fights real early in his career? Yeah, I think we have talked about it. Where where
awesome.
Tai gets so tired he can't lift his arm.
And he sits down. And he's just like, I can't do anything. That's it, man. Just smiling like, that's it.
Peter Graham is landing shots on him. And they're not doing anything. Like Tyson Weaver's like, it's not the punches that are the problem.
My body is shutting down.
It's one of the funniest fights.
It's awesome, but like Peter Graham gets hurt for at least 90 seconds. Like he's getting
Ty has his moment.
Yeah, just smashing him. Like, and then like he can just hang in there and they're just
He's a seasoned veteran in Peter Graham. He knows how to survive.
Yeah, and then just
And that Ty's just like, can't get my arms up. I like starts out like I can't get my arms up to my chest, and then it very quickly becomes like they're now down at my sides, and I literally can't move them.
oh no, oh no, bro.
Dude, it was like somebody deadened the nerves in his arms.
But man, you can see where he got the taste for it.
Oh, he's getting better.
He's good at
He's
it.
getting much better at this
He's got
game.
great instincts.
Yep. I can see where people call him sort of a young Mark Hunt. He obviously doesn't have the striking specifics, but Mark started in pure kickboxing, so that's going to be obvious. But yeah, man, iron chin and just wade forward into the storm looking to sleep you. That's the title Ivasa plan.
Yeah, and that's exactly the plan. He's going to bring an Andre Arlovsky.
Yeah, I think it's going to work.
He's
I
just
think
going to
it's absolutely going to
throw
work.
the kitchen sink at him about 15 seconds into the fight.
Yeah.
And just see if he can put him out.
Yeah, which I think he will.
Oh, yeah.
I'm picking Ty first round here.
I don't know how much of a contender Ty really is, but I love watching him fight in the UFC.
Yeah, I'm hardly lining up to throw him in there with Stipe anytime soon.
Yeah.
But I think he can win this fight, and if he keeps progressing, if he's training the same spot Whittaker's training, it's not like they've got bad coaches there.
And getting it done. And like I never want to see in the UFC, and I know it's a little bit of a gripe and nobody really cares, but is heavyweight decisions that are like boring. I can handle the decisions, but when it's like two guys gassed out a minute into the first round.
Oh, sure.
And just do nothing for 15 minutes. It's like you're never going to get that from Ty.
No, he'll gas out.
He'll gas out 7 minutes.
But he'll be trying to kill you for the first.
He's like running up and like trying to dangle his arms in you. Smash you anyway.
Yeah. And once he does run out of steam, he's shown he's got the gentlemanly sense to just sit down and be like, yeah, it's over.
Smiling like, yeah, it's pretty funny.
Well played, Pete. Which is really his move. Like, you got me, mate. I'm stuffed.
And it hasn't happened to him in the UFC.
No.
And that was early in his career.
Yeah. But
Ty.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Then we move on to the people's main event.
No, finally, somebody's going to talk about this excellent fight.
Mike Jackson versus CM Punk.
Who?
Yeah.
CM Punk. Is that his real name?
Chick Magnet Punk.
Is that what it stands for?
Yeah.
Did his parents give him that name, or did he give him that name?
I believe he came up with it when he was a wrestler person.
Does it work?
I think his wife is fairly attractive.
Cool. Does he have many wives?
He just has the one.
Does he have a very jealous wife?
I don't know how jealous she is.
Assumably so, if there's just all these chicks constantly being attracted to him.
Could have been in the early days, now it's just stuck. So, pun there with stuck and magnet, but...
Man, I missed it.
It's fine.
I'm not that clever.
Yeah, neither am I. It wasn't intentional. I am going with Punk.
Man, I'm going with Punk.
I think he's going to get this done.
Yeah, I think this is a walk in the park for CM Punk. Everyone thinks CM Punk is like this nothing fighter just because he came from pretend fighting and lost his only real fight badly.
Yes.
And they're wrong. I just want to be the one who told you that they're wrong.
Man, they're right. I'm sorry.
That could happen to anyone.
You're wrong. It could happen to anyone, but this is a joke. Just because I think he's going to beat Mike Jackson, that just means I think Mike Jackson's worse than him.
Spectacle.
And even then, he could lose. Mike Jackson could beat him. Like, this is the right fight for him to have. But this is a fight between two amateurs that should be on a smoker show with like 7 people watching, and 2 of them are passed out drunk. So, like, any idea, like, if that's my great dread, is if Punk does win, there's going to be this whole, like, I'm a fighter.
I proved it to everybody. Yeah. Take that, Mom.
Yeah.
Take that, Dad.
It's just like, what did you do? You didn't do anything. Like, get the fuck out of here.
You always said to me, I was never a real fighter. Well, look at me now.
Yes, you're still not a real fighter.
I am the bottom ranked.
Yeah.
+1.
I'm the second worst welterweight in the world.
No, just in the UFC.
No, in the world. It's fair. Yeah, I don't. That's why I think in my heart I'm rooting for Mike Jackson. Because I'm not about it. I'm not about this CM Punk thing. I don't care about his goofy story. Like, people crap on about that. Like, it's a man pursuing his dream. Like, I don't give a shit about some idiot who wants to get his fucking head punched in on TV. The man, is it at all strange to anyone that the man's dream involves getting paid as much as humanly possible while achieving his dream, which is to have a fight and then win that fight. So we've got to find some other commensurate bum for me to fight because I can't fight anyone real, even though we're in the real fighting business. So like he must have this tunnel vision where it's like, no, we're gonna go out and grab this guy from over. Yeah, you're a UFC level. Like, I'm supposed to feel good about this. I don't. No. I can critique the fight for what it is, but I don't care for CM Punk. I don't care about his journey. I'm not interested. Like I said, it's when it comes on, I'll put on my twirly rainbow hat with a flag on it for the circus, and wait for it to be over. But fuck that fight.
Alright then, how about this fight? Fucking Alistair Overeem versus Curtis Blades.
I do agree Punk by submission though. I'm also going with Punk to win.
Man, I think submissions, I don't think he's knocking that full out.
No, I think if anyone's getting knocked out, it's Punk.
Yeah, I don't think no old man Punk's going to come in there and just like oh, look at this boxing skills. I think he's going to go double leg, side control, arm triangle, something real basic like that.
He might lose,
It's just like, man, I feel like if he's going to do it, he's going to do it early too.
Oh God, we can only pray that it's early, because if that fight goes longer than 5 minutes, think about how bad it's going to start looking. Just think about how bad it's going to look from the jump. And then imagine they're both tired.
Just like corners just telling them what to do. Just screaming outside. Move your left leg up towards his right shoulder. Not your other leg, stupid.
It's just so low level. You know what I'm saying? Give me some Dylan Dennis any day.
Yeah, true that.
But anyway, Blaze versus Overeem.
Man, what do you got?
I don't know.
Man, Blades. I don't think Blades is gonna like grab the body lock and just like triple slam him into like a TKO, like he did to fucking poor Adam Milstead.
Yeah.
But
man, I'm going Reem.
You think Reem's gonna get the KO?
Yeah.
I think he's too savvy on the feet.
Yeah.
You saw Hunto land something, just not hit it hard enough, and you think, nah, Reem can still do that. He can make that shot.
I think I do.
Man, I think you're kidding yourself.
I think I'm going to Reem.
Man, I think Blades is the next heavyweight champion. Finally.
I don't.
You
could be right, but that's why I'm just like, I mean, right now, I'm like, I don't see it. Maybe if Kane ever got back to his top level, I'd be fascinated, but man, I think if DC can't get it done, Steve A might be hanging on to that thing for as long as it feels like.
I feel like Blades could like possibly be the next guy to try at least.
Man, he's got the right physique. He's a big man, good wrestling pedigree. Looks good against
I'm not trying to shit on Stipe. I love Stipe.
All love Stipe.
Stipe the man.
Indeed.
Greatest heavyweight champion UFC's ever had.
Yeah, agreed.
This it's interesting because this could potentially be his legacy or what the aftermath of it at least.
Yeah.
So you want it to be good. You want it to be of a caliber. Where it's like, how did Stipe leave the division? Man, it was strong. It was strong when he left.
Yeah, I hear you.
And that's, it's heavyweight strong, then the company's strong, right?
Probably. It is the money division historically. Although, man, I feel like the lighter divisions are taking it as time goes on.
Like even where the skills are.
Man, well, it seems to fluctuate between like lighter division and heavyweight. Like even in boxing, right? You have like the Ali era, and then like the 80s, it's all Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, and they're all like 150, 147 maybe.
Yeah.
And then you got Tyson's era, and then we've come off the Floyd era, perhaps the dullest of all the eras. Now we're into the Lomachenko era, which is the shit.
Yeah. The new breed.
Just like, what's this thing? Nobody can beat this thing. But man, look, I'm into this fight. I think it's the right fight for Curtis Blades and Reem as well. Because what's Reem coming off?
They're getting his head taken off by Ngannou.
Yes, that's so he's had a good break, which I think that's a good thing. And yeah, it's a good sort of level finder for Reem, see where he's at.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get his head taken off in this fight.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to get...
He's been knocked out so many times, though, too. Like, one of these times his chin is just going to go. Like, Alvarez's been knocked out like 17 times or something. It's like a lot. Like, more than 10. I'm sure it's more than 10.
He's getting knocked out from like an elbow and half guard.
Man, chin could just go. But yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah, it's a worthy fight for a UFC card. And this is the big card of the year. You know, it's under CM Punk, so I don't really understand that.
Yeah, that's wrong.
It's under Tai Tuivasa, so I don't really understand that.
Probably also wrong.
I'm not even going to say it. Ricardo Lamas versus Mirsad Bektic.
Man, Bektic, you're going with Mercer.
Yeah, man, I think Lamas he's done, man.
I don't. No, I'm going with
You
Lamas.
think this is the fire that finally molds the man?
Man, I'm going with the bully.
The bully?
I think Ricardo Lamas has still got some fire. He's fighting in his hometown. I think he's going to go out there and put it down. It's a Chicago boy.
Man, I'd be interested to see what the line says.
Man, yeah.
Because, like, what Bektic's only loss is the Elkins one in his run.
Yes.
And he's
The damage.
yeah.
You know what you did wrong, Mercer Bektic.
Yeah, he's definitely a contender.
Steroids in that stool.
So, you know.
What's the group consensus on Tapology?
Oh, shit, I don't know. Shall we have a look?
Oh, I think you're only on the selections. You've got to go to edit. Please hold while for technical difficulties.
I'm like my 1990s computers trying to work it out.
Yeah, right. Let's see. What is the consensus on the particular forum that we frequent? Bektic. 65-35. It's close though, right? Like that's people aren't sure.
Yeah, I think Ricardo's loss to Emmett is sort of giving everyone a bit of a scare.
Did you see Josh Emmett talking about his injuries against Jeremy Stevens?
No.
Broken fucking orbital, broken jaw. Like apparently the doctors said something akin to like, "We're surprised your eye didn't pop out." Like, obviously severe concussion. Like he's not going to be fighting for a little bit. Just like oof. The whole sequence started on that suspect knee as well, if you remember.
Yeah.
So it's pretty rough. Fucking.
Yeah, it's terrible in hindsight.
Go, but man, certainly if you're Josh Emmett, you're probably feeling a bit aggrieved right now with your broken face.
Should have stopped it, ref.
Man, certainly should have been maybe something done. Someone should have helped Josh Emmett in his poor face. But yeah, I think Lamas is going to go out there, put some good pressure on. What is Mercer coming off? He's coming off a win, so he's won a fight since he lost to the Damage.
He beat somebody.
Somebody. I know that guy.
You know that guy. He's ranked number
Swedish.
Something.
Godofredo Pepe.
Pepe.
He ain't ranked shit. What are you talking about?
And he beat Pepe.
Yeah, this is a much harder fight than Godofredo Pepe. Before that, this is a harder fight than Darren Elkins, in my opinion. Now, granted, he was beating Darren Elkins, but this is a good test for Mirsad Bektic. Good for him if he wins it, but I
mean, it's sort of the level that people think he's ready for. So
I'm going to say Lamas.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of people who'd be happy to see Lamas get back on the winning train.
Yeah.
But you know, you just
age too. 10 years older, almost 9 years older.
You have to face the possibility that he might not be shit.
Oh yeah, I don't think he's shit. I think he's shit because you let the damage sit. He let the damage sit down twice. That's a monster error. All right, like I don't know what you were thinking, letting him get to the chair a second time, and then thinking you're going to be fine in the third round.
May as well just inject him with like steroids and amphetamines.
Yeah, just whatever Bruce Banner gave himself to make himself the Hulk. That's what Darren Elkins is basically on in the third round.
Gamma radiation.
Yeah.
Put it in his eye patch.
Just damage smash. Man. But yeah, I'm going to stick with the bully.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Tapology.
Fair enough.
I'd say
It's fair.
Mersad is, man, I feel like he could do something. Whereas I feel like, man, Lamas had his chance and he didn't do it. Next.
I hear you. Next up is Claudia Gaddalia versus Carla Esparza.
Man, this is so... On paper, this fight's weird because on paper, Esparza is really good. But I've seen her fight. Like, I can picture her fighting and I'm like, yeah,
It's not
Gadalia's
fun.
just going to run over that.
I would expect so. I think Gadalia's going to stop her quick.
I'm just like...
KO or so.
And then I look at it on paper again and then I go, Esparza's going to win this undoubtedly. Like, on paper, undoubtedly, Esparza's winning. It's not even how is this chick fighting Esparza? Like, she is a ranked, seasoned, like, she's been there, she's done that, she's bushwhacked, she's hillbillied, she's fought and clawed her way to where she is. And it's like, she did that at a time.
Yep, Claudia Gaddalia is going to stomp her. I'm sorry.
Just,
KO or sub, I'm saying round one.
and that's all my mind screams at me. It's like, yeah, you've seen both these people fight. One of them is like this old guard type.
Yep. One of them is like just not good enough to beat Joanna, who fucking murdered Carla. And I know it's not that simple, like one beats the other, but you know, Joanna Jędrzejczyk struggled with Claudia Gaddalia twice, and she mopped the floor with Carla Esparza. So I'm inclined to think Claudia Gaddalia is probably going to mop the floor with her.
Or, you know, something stupid's going to happen. Like,
Could be that.
Carla's going to get a submission in round 2, and everyone's just going to go,
because
this is dumb.
like rolls her ankle
Yeah.
walking out to face her or something. Ugh. But yeah, I'm into it though. I'm gonna watch that fight.
It's of a good enough caliber that I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not so much for Carla, but for...
Claudia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like I tipped Esparza in the last fight, and she did win a controversial decision
Yeah.
against...
I didn't. Did you
Somebody
tip
not
her or
good.
did you bet on her?
Man, I tipped her.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't even remember if I bet on that.
Okay. I was gonna say because a bet is a good bet. Tipping her, I'm like, That was against Cynthia, yeah. Calvillo.
Yeah, I think it was.
Calvillo,
Yeah.
whatever.
Calvillo.
All right, now we get on to the first of only 2. 2 out of 13 don't give a shits.
Man, 3.
I've only got 2.
CM.
True. That's true. I forgot about that one. Because it's circusy though. There's clown music going on when that one's happening.
I thought that's what the C and CM punk was. Like
Clown music.
circus man. Circus man punk.
Yeah. Yeah, so that one's like, you know, there's entertainment going on while that pointless thing's happening.
There's something else to keep it going at least.
Yeah. So we've got Rashad Coulter versus Chris De La Roca. It's a heavyweight fight. Fingers crossed it'll be quick.
That's
Everyone's picking Rashad Coulter.
Yeah.
I'm probably happy to also pick Rashad Coulter.
Man, on paper, Rashad Coulter's going to win. But it's heavyweight and they're both coming off 2 losses.
Jesus. Who's Coulter fought?
Man, better guys than...
Other guy?
Yeah.
De La Roca.
That's how it works.
Ty knocked him out and Chase Sherman knocked him out. Chase Sherman is not the greatest.
Yeah.
So
It's not great to be betting on somebody who got knocked out by Chase Sherman.
De La Roca got knocked out by Milstead and Omi Alanchuk. Jesus Christ.
See what I'm saying?
Oh, rightio. Yeah, I don't.
So this is on 225 for some reason.
Yeah, that's also a thing. I'm guessing at least one of those people is from Chicago.
I'm going to guess Colt is from Chicago.
I would hope. Dallas, Texas,
Oh, damn.
Washington. No, neither one of them. No
Yeah,
reason.
Washington, close enough.
All right, Rashad Evans versus the Lionheart.
Anthony Smith at light heavyweight? Is that what this is? He's gone up?
Yeah. Rashad's gone back up.
I think that's the right move.
I don't know how, but yeah, I agree with you that Smith is going to win. It bums me out to say that. I feel for Rashad Evans, but
Give it up?
yeah,
This is the old man getting beaten on the card fight?
I just haven't seen anything from Rashad Evans recently that gives me any belief that he can turn it around. He just seems shot.
Man, Smith seems hungry still.
Yeah, he's a battler. He's a worker. I hope I'm wrong, man. I hope Rashad Evans has still got something left. But yeah, he just doesn't seem like it. And it seems like the chin's starting to go as well. And he had a pretty good chin once upon a time.
I mean, who knows? Come out there and just land hands.
I mean, he could look. He's certainly, again, in his prime, he would have mopped the floor with Anthony Smith. That's the weird thing. Prime Rashad Evans was a killer. Yeah, we'll see. Man, I'm certainly invested in the sense that I don't want to see Rashad Evans get hurt. I don't really want to see Anthony Smith get hurt. I kind of like Anthony Smith. Seen him, all these awful prelim cards that I have to go through. He's a regular feature, and he always tries his best.
Yeah.
He's never out there sucking it up like these Michelle Prazeres, just dragging your day out.
That every drop of blood that comes out is a chance of more money, so he goes out there to bleed.
Yeah, gives you his best.
Man, and this is down here somewhere, apparently.
Fight that should be on the main card is on the Fight Pass prelims.
Baby Pettis, he should just be called Sergio Pettis now, because in my opinion, everyone can stop talking about the other Pettis.
Yeah, Showtime is kind of...
Yeah, move over Showtime, it's Sergio's time.
Yep.
It's
time for the Phenom.
And this is his, if he's going to do it, now's the time to do it, because they've given him a real guy in Joe B. Everybody loves Joe B. And, man, is Sergio ready?
Yeah, I'm still going to... Joe B hasn't shown any signs of being like anything less than the number 2 guy in the division still. He still is holding this spot where he's like, maybe Cejudo, but basically I'm the best guy not named Demetrius Johnson. Until someone takes him out, it's going to be hard to not pick him.
I mean, yeah, the only reason I give Sergio a chance is because he's done better than I thought he would do in his path to get here.
Yeah. 33, Joe is. Sergio's 24 now. Starting to come into his physical prime, I would think.
Yeah, that's it. It's like he's shown so much already. And it's like, yeah, what's the next 4 years for Sergio Pettis look like? It's like, yeah, man, that guy's really good.
It's going to be a good fight. I am still going to go with Joe B, as is most people by the looks of things. Just don't think Sergio has shown an evolution to his wrestling defense. I think Joe B can take him down, score points, beat him up in the clinch. But I'm into it. It's ridiculous that it's this early. It should be on the main card.
And I'll watch it. I'll start watching.
And I will start watching at the preceding fight.
Clay Guida.
Stepping in for Bobby Green on short notice is Charles Oliveira against the aforementioned Clay Guida. I'm into it.
Man, I don't really know who Charles Oliveira is.
Really? He's been in a bunch of fights, man. Let me
This is
pull out
like
his
a
record.
Cowboy Oliveira and like there's 17 Lopez's and just like...
He's fought Frankie Edgar. He's fought... Let's have a look.
It's like, what guy is it? Is it the guy who wears the thing?
So let's have a look at Charles Oliveira's record in the UFC. His first fight in the UFC, he taps the damage.
Oh, wow.
Okay, second fight, he beats Efren Escudero. Then he loses to Jim Miller via submission. Then Cowboy beats him.
Yeah.
Then he beats Eric Wisely by round 1 submission. Beats Jonathan Brookins by round 2 submission. Loses to Cub. Loses to Frankie by decision. Drops down to featherweight somewhere in here. Beats Andy Ogle.
How do you lose to Cub and then get to fight Frankie after that?
Man, Frankie probably coming off a loss. Could have been short notice. Taps Hatsuhioki. Beats Jeremy Stevens. That's a big win. Taps Nick Lentz. Loses to Max Holloway. Beats Miles Jury. Loses to Showtime. Loses to Lamas. Beats Will Brooks. Loses to Paul Felder. Like, there's heaps of losses in there, sure, but everyone in there is pretty good, right? And the guys who are crap, he taps them out super quick. So yeah, man, Charles Oliveira's been around.
Yeah, what did I tip? Oliveira submission round 2.
Indeed. I don't know. I could see it going either way. I'm probably going to lean Guida. He's looked a little better lately, so I might lean into that. But it's a great second fight. I'm super into that as a second fight on the card.
Oh, yeah.
Very interesting. Will have my complete attention. I'm not going to be making myself coffee. I'm not going to be like, oh, I can have a shower during this fight. Like, I want to see that contest.
And expect both men to show up as well.
Be interesting to see what you get out of Oliveira, obviously coming in on short notice. And then we got Mike Santiago versus Dan Ige or Ige or whatever it is. I don't care. Who cares? I'm not going to watch it. Sorry, guys.
Man, but that's Mike Santiago. That's the guy who famously lost to Zabit Magomed Sharipov and then Mads Bennell.
Yeah. Who cares?
Man, he was in one of them shows where they have guys go live in a house and fight each other for...
Was he, or was he on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contenders?
Isn't that the same thing?
No,
I don't watch them.
They don't live in a house on that one. They just fight, and maybe they get a job. That's Ultimate Fighter. You go into the house.
I don't do that shit.
Then apparently they're thinking about cancelling it finally, mercifully. Stipe and DC are doing Ultimate Fighter right now. You haven't heard a thing about it, have you?
And I'd like to see like Ultimate Fighter Shaolin. And it's like, oh, here we go live to the meditation chamber. And they're all just sitting there quietly. He's like, oh man, this was a terrible, terrible idea.
It's not going to be a good show. But yeah, like, you know, the DC and Stipe are coaching against each other?
What? I don't...
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit.
So, when
the heavyweight champion and the light heavyweight champion are going to fight each other, they're on TV together every week, and nobody watches it because The Ultimate Fighter is so boring and stale, and we don't care anymore. Please stop putting it on. Nobody wants to watch this show.
Yeah, it's not a cash cow. It's a cash drain.
I don't know.
And nobody
I'd
wants
have to look at their books, but
Man, it was so when it was
I know the viewers don't want it.
when it was originally announced that DC was going to fight Stipe, like even that for me took effort to make the leap of maybe this is good, and then like I started getting like yeah this is good, like I can see this being a good fight, and then how is dragging a house full of dudes into it who aren't very good and fight each other every week going to help? It already took effort for me.
Yeah, the best thing to do is just ignore the Ultimate Fighter and just wait for the fight to happen.
No, we got nothing else we can do with this division, so the two best guys are going to fight each other.
But yeah, that's what I got. 11 very good fights. That's like 6 more than usual.
Isn't that 10?
No. Okay. 10 good fights in a circus attraction, and then 2 I don't care about. I'm counting that in. It's fine. I'm trying to stay positive. Even though the second we brought it up, it just became me shitting on it for like 10 minutes. I'm into it though. I'm into the whole thing. It's going to be great.
I'm into it too.
Yeah.
I might not say it. You can't tell from my voice, but it's true. I'm just a little bit overwhelmed right now by like the exertion of being able to finally let it go. Like, I've been wanting to sit down and talk, like just have some time to do this. And it hasn't happened for various reasons. And, it's a bit uncomfortable, if you know what I mean.
Man, I don't know. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Are you not fine?
Man, I should be
Man,
happier. I should be happier.
I've only given you the rape eyes 3 times.
Why am I not happier?
I don't know. That's on you. Why does it turn into like your existential problems? I've only got answers about fighting, and even then, they're usually the wrong answers.
Something to do with his legs, I guess.
Probably got to check more kicks.
Huge uppercut.
Yeah. Man, you want to do interim champ of the week? Get the fuck out of here.
Man, let's go. Yes.
Yeah,
let's go for it. Quick. I'm falling apart here.
Man, you should host a show. I've been thinking you should host a podcast.
I'm not ready. Falling apart here.
Man, mine's pretty easy this week. It's going to go to Rogan. Have you seen the amount of fucking awesome MMA guests he has had on his show in the last couple of weeks?
Not really. I haven't had time to fucking do anything.
GSP? Alright.
Man, I saw little bits of it.
Great. It's great. Kat Zingano. You know I love Kat. You know she's my girl. That we're going to get married one day. It's going to be great.
Kat, why are you not returning his call?
Yeah, I know. It's messed up, right? Probably because I'm just dialing random numbers.
Kat? Why don't you call me?
Is this America? Am I close at least?
Yeah. Please direct me to a Miss Kat Zingano.
So that was great. Sean O'Malley is going to be on it tomorrow. Sugar Sean.
And that'll be
something. It'll be something.
I guess. We're going to plug his new strain of weed.
Yeah, I assume there'll be plenty of weed
Should
smoke.
Be shown.
Well, that'd be funny if like Rogan just sparks it. And this kind of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to stop smoking, obviously, but
just plant that seed in Joe's head. Just so like he'll do it because it's funny. But I'm not plugging your shitty weed, my friend.
Break out that good shit we got.
Yeah. Pull out the Rogan.
Just pull out the bush. But and who else? Like Faraz Sahabi, GSP's coach, head coach TriStar. He's coming on it in the next couple of weeks, I think. So yeah, there's been some goodness. Just given the strong MMA content, and I like Rogan's way of doing it, that long form, where you get an idea of the person. It's great for someone like GSP, where it's like, dude, people will be listening to this in a decade. Like, GSP is this good a fighter, where it'll be like, hey man, there's a 3-hour interview where he talks about like aliens and shit. You want to hear it? It's like, yes. That's one of those things that I feel like it's important if Rogan's getting these kind of people. It's like, man, this is be archiving these conversations. These are like legendary at what they do people, and getting them to talk for that long. It's super interesting.
Strange thing he's done.
Indeed. He certainly took the podcast thing to a new level.
Stoned ape.
Man, I love it. I love it. Flipping over cow shit. Now we're sitting in a room talking about people punching each other.
Yeah, and like it's fun.
Yeah,
like there's a place and a time where like just sitting down like talking about this would be so commonplace, and there's a place and a time where like you'd be frowned upon for doing it. You're just like, oh my god, they're worshipping bloodlust. These heretics. It's just like.
I get so uncomfortable reading the Josh Emmett stuff though, where it's like, they worship bloodlust, and you're like, dude, I'm like reading a story about this guy through my fingers. It's so fucked up. Like, I'm gonna have real like struggle to watching the next Josh Emmett fight, whenever that is, where you're gonna be like, oh god, if you want to do it, man, it's your choice. Like, I'm never gonna tell you gotta stop, man. You remember this story about your face, right?
Is your face gonna fall apart? It's not gonna just like fall apart in there, is it?
Man. That's why it's so fucking incredible that you'd get back in there and do it again, right? Like,
what else do you do?
Sure.
Go get a job as a fucking cashier.
I hear you.
Fucking eyeball hanging out of your socket. Yo, I need a job. I think my fighting career is over.
Can't see so good. Yeah. Yeah. There's something ballsy about it. Anyway, that's what I got.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, tune in in 3.5 weeks when we do this thing again.
Thanks for sharing. Man, hopefully some of the things we spoke about happen.
Certainly, I hope the 2 main events happen. Just don't wreck them, injury gods.
Please, RDA, knock Colby the fuck out. That's what I'm calling this episode.
Dude, I'm going to give it a subtitle of how fucking funny is it going to be if Colby knocks him out. Can you imagine if Colby just lights out RDA in the first round, just counter right hooks him or some shit and just sleeps him? You imagine the shit talk train that will turn into?
No, it won't happen.
Yeah, that's why, look, I'm all for RDA. He's a nice guy. I think he deserves a shot at Woodley. I think he's earned it. I think beating Robbie Lawler gets you a title fight, still, in my book.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of reasons to root for him. He's a likeable fella. But, I mean, it's going to be hilarious if Colby Covington wins. So I'm fine with it. That'd be great. Then he'll just be walking around with the shtick turned up to 12 and a belt over his shoulder. That sounds fun.
And how long is this subtitle thing I'm adding? Is that the whole name of it?
That's the whole name of the episode.
Can we do an acronym? Make it smaller, like Sherman. No.
Go fights.
It's now a hashtag. We made a hashtag.